What is up, YouTube? Beau here, and welcome back to my channel. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. It means more than you know. In this video, it's kind of a special one. I had the opportunity to do a quick 24-hour trip over to Siquijor, which is about a 40-minute boat ride from Dumaguete, where I'm currently living at. So I decided what a better opportunity than to do some filming while I was there and make a video on how to travel Siquijor in 24 hours and see as much as possible. I hope that you enjoy it. So let's get this thing started. I took the ferry there. It's about a 40-minute ride from Dumaguete to Siquijor Island. Siquijor Island is extremely famous for voodoo magic, I guess. And I actually have been there a lot of times, just like I said, and I have not seen anything crazy on the island. You can actually go up in the mountains and seek out, I don't even know I don't know if witches is the right word, but you can actually, I'm gonna call them witches. You can seek out witches that'll do healing, I guess, of some sort. However, we did none of that on this trip. So if you're looking for that, probably not gonna hear me talk about it much. So we took a ferry over. The ferry cost $5 US, which is 250 pesos. As soon as we got on the island of Siquijor, I have a buddy named Eman, and I just shoot him a message whenever I go to Siquijor, and I'm like, hey, can you meet me at the port with a bike? So, and he always hooks me up. He drops it off at the port, and then he picks it up at the port whenever I leave. So I paid 350 pesos for the bike, which is $7. It's a pretty good deal. I believe I put 150 pesos worth of fuel in it the whole time we were there, and we went all over the island. So I put $3 of fuel in the bike for our whole trip, and whenever I returned the bike, it was pretty much on E. For your accommodation, I actually have a few places that I can suggest. Hannah's is probably one of my favorite places to stay in Siquijor. I stayed there last year for a week or two, actually. I think it ended up being about 10 days. And this place is right kind of by Peloton Beach, and right by there, I guess it's right behind glamping. And there's a trail that goes right down to Peloton Beach. So it's right where you need to be for the sunset. My next place is Dee's Ocean View. However, you don't really get the sunset there, but you do get the sunrise. You actually have a private beach. They have a little private balcony you can hang out on. Like I guess it's a dock more or less, but it's just for sitting, not for boats. And it's a little mom and pop ran resort, and they're extremely friendly. Their breakfast is a steal. For 200 pesos, they give you like a feast where you eat that in the morning. You don't have to eat again until the evening because they feed you probably 1,000 calories that morning. But for this trip, those are both booked, and Dee's Ocean View is kind of out of my budget because that one runs about, I think, 1,400 pesos. Hannah's is about 1,000 pesos. So that would have been in our budget, but it was completely booked. So I actually found a place called Casa Peloton, and it was a very, very good deal. That's the name I booked it on with Goda, but they actually put me over in a sister hotel, but it was still extremely good deal. We had 3 like double beds in our room. It was beyond a steal of a deal. So as soon as we got there, we threw our stuff in the room. By this time it's about 3, and changed in our swimsuits, and we decided that we were gonna run over the falls and at least get to one previous suit so we can get back for sunset, because we were actually staying right on the beach where you come for the sunset. So the falls we headed to was Lugasan Falls. I'm gonna put it right down here because I'm gonna butcher every single one of these. I'm gonna butcher a lot of stuff in here, so you guys just Google this. Don't sound it out and try to type it. It's not gonna work. We went to that falls, and we were there for about an hour to hour 15 minutes to cool off. The water there is incredible, and that's actually my favorite falls on the whole island, because normally you're like one of the only people there. I'm also gonna show a clip from Cambohai Falls. I'm gonna type it out again because I'm gonna butcher it. And yeah, I do like those falls. It's quite a bit bigger. There's a whole lot more rope swings and stuff. However, it's very, very popular, and I've never been there. I've been there 4 times now, and I've never been there where I'm the only person. At the other one, I'm almost always the only person, and there's one rope swing, there's a slide that you can go down to, there's a cave you can swim through. It's extremely nice for what you pay for it. But always remember that most of these guides, they actually don't get a salary. So whenever you go there, I normally tip them about anywhere from 50 to 100 pesos. Now I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Boot Hill Distillery. As you can tell, I'm not actually wearing their hat today because I lost it on this trip. As I was boarding the ferry onto this trip, I lost the hat. However, I talked to Hayes, shout out to Hayes, and he put some in a box for me and he's sending them over to me. So hopefully within the next month, I have a brand new hat. But till then, please watch this commercial. Beau here. I don't always drink, but when I do, I drink Boot Hill Distillery. They have a wide range of products, so I guarantee they have something for you. And did I mention that Boot Hill Distillery is a soil 2-sip operation, which means all grain used in the process is grown here locally in Kansas by the owners. What are you waiting on? Go to www.boothilldistillery.com, type in your zip code, and it'll come up with all the liquor stores near you that sell Boot Hill Distillery products. And don't forget to come by for a tour and a cocktail. My personal favorite is the Dove. I hope to see you there. And we're back. From the falls, we actually had to book it. We only had you're about 30 minutes from San Juan, which is Palatine Beach, and that's the beach that I love to watch the sunset on. So we're about 30 minutes away from there, so we had to book it back to San Juan to watch the sunset. One of my favorite places in San Juan to watch the sunset is Appo Diver. They just recently kind of opened up a bar there, and they have seats, you can watch the sunset, you can buy a rum and coke, that's what I normally have. They have beer. I believe daiquiris were the special that night. I'm sure they were good. I did not have one because I like rum and coke. But yeah, we just sat there, watched the sunset. It's one of the best places to watch the sunset is Palatine Beach. And the guys at Appo Diver are always extremely accommodating, and they're super great people. So if you're in the area, stop in, have a drink, dive with them. I cannot suggest them enough. So after you get done with the sunset, you're probably gonna wanna go eat. But I suggest going home, taking a shower, maybe a quick nap, and then go to eat at Dogsa. I probably don't have very much footage of Dogsa, but it's one of my favorite places to eat in San Juan. It is, the price is anywhere from about 200 pesos per plate, which is $4, all the way up to 500, 600 pesos, depending on what you get, which is $10 to $12. So yes, but it's one of my favorite places to eat. I always get the Tex-Mex mac and cheese, which I believe is a $3.50 plate, which is $7, but it's big enough where you can split it. So if you have 2 people, you can split that and get maybe dessert as well, and it's always incredible. And they're always extremely accommodating because I know that they were full that night that we showed up, but the owner was like, hey, I have friends sitting over here at this table. I'll go ask if you can join them, and they let us join them. So if you guys watch this, shout out to you, thank you. Next, I highly suggest that you do this on a weekend, and this is why. On Friday night, you go to Caesars. I don't have any footage from Caesars, but I've been there multiple times. But they have a live band, they have a DJ, the live band sings songs by Ed Sheeran, Maroon 5, like good songs. And they're extremely talented because in Filipino culture, they sing lots and lots of karaoke, so they have lots of practice and they are extremely good. If you are there on Saturday night, you go to Sylvia's. Sylvia's, they always have a live band, they have a DJ. It's a little bit tighter quarters because it's not held outside, but there's always plenty of seating like outside the bar area. And there's a dance floor. I actually put some prices on for drinks. I videoed their menu, so I'll flash that up. But it's always a great time. So after a long night of partying, you're probably gonna be a little slow getting around the next morning. I suggest though that you kind of get yourself going and get out as soon as you can. I believe we left about 10 o'clock once we had breakfast. I did not mention the hotel we stayed at, Casa Palatine. They actually threw in breakfast for free, so that saved us about $3 each that morning. But as soon as you leave there, the next thing I suggest you do is do a whole circle loop around the island. There's plenty of churches to stop at, And so right off the bat, I just pulled up to a random church I hadn't went to yet. So we went and checked out that, and then Lassie Church is a famous church that I highly suggest that you go check out. The architecture on it is incredible, and that little town there, Lassie, is very, very, very cool just to chill out in. It also has a market. The market wasn't in full swing because it was Sunday for some reason. I believe Saturday is a market day here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they still had some stuff out. We actually just swung in there for a bottle of water rather than just swinging into a sorry store. I decided I will just swing in the market. I can do a little filming. So as we were going down the road next though, I always like to stop at the rice terraces, maybe do a little filming. And the rice terraces have always interested me because I come from an ag background. Then as you circle the island, you go to Tulipas Marine Sanctuary. This place was very, very nice. However, the tide was out. But if you're looking for a place to do an Instagram photo, this is a pretty cool spot. So by this time, it was about 1 o'clock and our ferry left at 3:50. And we were actually planning on stopping at a waterfall throughout the day, the next day, because we wore our swimsuits and it was super hot. However, we did not have time, and I decided that we would go to the I think it's a century-old Belita tree. I'll put it right there. I know I'm definitely not saying it right. But yes, and this place is really, really, really cool. It's where you put your feet in the water and the fish like eat it. For some reason, the fish weren't really like as active as they normally are. I don't know what the deal was. Maybe they were full. There was a lot of rain previous. I don't know if it washed a lot of food down in there and they weren't hungry. So once we got done with the fish cleaning our feet, I guess, we jumped back on the bike and we had to hurry back to the hotel, grab our stuff because they were kind enough to give me a 2:30 checkout, ride our bike to the ferry, give it back to Emon, jump on the ferry and head back. Just like that, our trip was over. But it was an incredible trip, and I'm glad that I got an opportunity to make this video because I know there isn't a ton of videos on how to spend 24 hours in Siquijor, and I know that especially for people in Dumaguete, it's very, very easy to jump on the ferry since it's a 40-minute ride and go from there. So thank you for watching, and please, please like and subscribe. I cannot say that enough. I'm trying to build this community up, and I need you to help me out and do it. So if you like this video or if you live in Siquijor, please share it. Thanks for watching. Beau out.